We welcome you in here to Pacelli High School in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, as we have a doubleheader for you here on Zaleski Sports this afternoon. The first game, of course, a 3 o'clock start between Pacelli and Assumption here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Connor Philippi. Thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's game, or this afternoon's game, I should say, here on Saturday as we take a look at both of these two teams here in the boys' slate of action. The Assumption Royals are the away team. They are sitting currently at 4-4 in the conference, 6-6 overall, and they just had a very impressive win against Newman Catholic. It was a nail-biter last night that I was on the call for. They won that one 41-38, and they're trying to build off of that momentum as they now have a 2-game winning streak. They've won 3 of their last 5 games as they continue to battle within the Merriwood South. In winning that game versus Newman Catholic, they're now sitting at 2nd in the Merriwood South standings. As you take a look at their top performers, JT Schlafer, who had a great game last night. He was the player of the game who I interviewed last night. He has 21.4 points per game so far this season, sitting at 50-50 from the floor, I should say, and beyond the three-point line, 36.8%. Logan Nystrom and Chase Lieberg also leading in points for this Assumption team. Schlafer also leads in rebounds, followed by Lieberg and board, and then he also leads in assists. So you'll see a lot of him on the court, but a lot of different players that can be key contributors to this Assumption team that we'll talk about more throughout the course of tonight's game. As for the home Pacelli Cardinals, they're sitting at 5-7 so far overall. All 5 of those wins, though, are within the CWC South. So taking a look at those conference standings, they're sitting at 5-0 within the conference and are on top of the 2nd and 3rd place teams Tri-County and Pittsville, despite being below Tri-County in overall record. But that conference record reigns supreme, I should say, taking a look at that. And so Pacelli, they're currently 5-7, like I said, have won 2 of their last 5 games, but one of those 2 was their last performance against Port Edwards. Also worth noting that they have played some really tough teams these last few games, playing against number 5 Columbus Catholic and then number 5 Marathon, both of those 2 the top 5 in different divisions. And so Pacelli has had some really tough competition, some really stiff competition throughout the season so far, but they're looking to get on track and try and get a little bit of a win streak of their own against these Assumption Cardinals here tonight. Taking a look at some of their top performers, Jake Williams leads the team with 11 points per game, Bryce Flaker with 8.4, so this is a team that likes to spread the ball around, and worth noting that throughout the course of the contest. Prue Rebolts leads the team in rebounds, and Max Nelson leads the team in assists for this Pacelli squad. And so we got a good slate of games here on Zaleski Sports so far here this afternoon, and after this one will be the 4:45 game between Pacelli and Assumption on the girls' side. And so it'll be very important for both of these two teams this afternoon to get this win, coming from different conferences but both having a lot to prove in the middle part of the season. Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires is Auto Select. They have complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. Thank you to Auto Select for sponsoring the pregame show here this afternoon for both games on Zaleski Sports. About 30 seconds until we get the national anthem, announce these starting lineups. But for the Assumption Royals, Josh Pultz is the head coach of this Assumption team. And it is John Shirk heading up these Pacelli Cardinals. And again, projected 3 p.m. start. Looks like it's going to start pretty much right on time as we start to announce these starting lineups and get you the national anthem. Again, we thank you one more time for tuning in to Zaleski Sports.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pacelli Student Activity Center for today's non-conference boys basketball game between the Royals of Assumption High School and the Orr Pacelli Cardinals. A special welcome to our friends from Assumption. We remind you that interscholastic athletics are an extension of the classroom and that lessons are best learned when proper respect is given to everyone. Please let your good sportsmanship show during today's game. Pacelli, Assumption, and the WIAA, thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Lord, we ask your guidance and blessings on today's game. The players, coaching staffs, officials, and fans, help us be humble in victory, gracious in defeat, and remember that all our abilities are a gift from you. And when the game is done, grant safe travel home to all. In your name, amen. We ask you to remain standing and to honor America and those defending our freedom. Please remove your hats, place your hands over your hearts for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the Royals of Assumption High School, number 1, the senior, Logan Nystrom. Number 3, the senior, Chase Lieber. Number 11, the senior, J.T. Schleifer. Number 21, the junior, Trey France. Number 24, the senior, Ron Porter. Head coach is Josh Holtz and the rest of the Royals. And now for your Pacelli Cardinals, number 4, the junior, Jaden Garski. Number 12, a junior, Jake Williams. Number 22, a junior, Harrison Vogel. Number 24, junior, Bryce Wagner. And number 33, the sophomore, Drew Rebels. Head coach John Scherr and the rest of the Cardinals. The officials for today's game are Alex Bergman, John Milo, and Kevin Johnson.
And so, with no further ado, all that's left is to tip things off here from Zaleski Sports. Ready or not, here we go. Connor Philippi, happy to be with you on this Saturday afternoon for boys basketball action in central Wisconsin. Pacelli High School in Stevens Point, the host of this one. Up top, swung it around into the corner to Schleifer, and he gets going early. An immediate 3 points for the senior. He was the star of the game last night and had the highlight house call. And he gets going early with that 3-point shot. Assumption can score all over the floor, as can Pacelli, driving in with the toss and can't quite get it to go off the backboard. That was off of Rebholz. Here's another 3-point shot early on. That one rattles off, but rebounded by Schleifer. He dribbles it back into the corner, knocked away but out of bounds off of Pacelli. Nice move there by Jake Williams on defense. But a throw-in still coming here for Assumption. 3 seniors in the starting 5 for Assumption. But a very young squad on this Pacelli side as Schleifer can't get that one to go. Gets his own rebound, and the putback is good. He's got all 5 so far for the Royals. We have 4 juniors and 1 sophomore for Pacelli in the starting 5. And they don't have a senior on their entire squad. So they are a young and hungry team looking to continue to prove themselves this season. As this one will roll free. No one knew where it was for a second, and then it will prompt the jump ball call. And the early possession arrow will go Pacelli's way. Williams will get the throw in there to Garski as they start back up. Down 5-0 early. The rotation around. And now into the corner to Vogel. That pass goes by the wayside. It's another battle for it on the floor. This time Assumption gets it back clean as Schlafer heads back down the court with it. Under the basket, goes for his own lay-in. Can't get that one to go, and somehow able to keep that in bounds was Pacelli. Nice job there with the tightrope act. Williams against Schlafer, gets it over to Revolts. Now around to Garski. Rebholz now looking for someone to get it to, gets it to Vogel. Seeing a lot of rotation in a circular motion for Pacelli early on as it's rebounded there by France. Stolen away, but he stepped out of bounds before he could throw it back in. Assumption did a very good job last night of taking away the opportunities for the top guys on that Newman Catholic team they played. They do a really good job of really forcing the entire team to step up on the other side, and that was a nice feed in for 2. Schlafer that time found Ron Board for 2. Seven zip now early on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Putting up a long 2. That one bounces off the mark, and it's rebounded there by Lieberg. Over to France in transition. He gets the bounce in. Outlet out to Jake Williams. Pacelli's got to find something going here. 3-pointers up and good. Just as I say that, Rebholz with a huge 3-point shot to stop the bleeding a little bit here for Pacelli early on. They get on the board as Assumption starts back with it. Substitutions incoming here. Pacelli's going to bring in Reimer. Nolan Reimer, the sophomore, 6'1" for Pacelli. Braden Peters comes in as well. A timeout is called, and we'll be right back here on Zaleski Sports.
Vehicle maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi on the call. 14 minutes still to go in the first. Early on here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard, 9-3 in favor of the Assumption Royals. JT Schlafer drives in and gets the and one. Nice play by Schlafer. And even with Newman Catholic devising a great plan against him last night, he was able to get a lot of points on the board and also be a great facilitator and leader last night. He gets the 3-point play there, and it's an 8-point lead once again for Assumption. Up top is Reimer, rolling it around to Vogel. A lot of movement along the perimeter, but they are not really threatening inside the paint. Just as I say that, that one does not quite roll in. And the jump ball will send things back Assumption's way. But that's a good sign there for Pacelli. They got to find ways to drive in underneath the basket unless they can start getting these longer shots to fall. You're seeing, again, like I said, a lot of that rotation along the perimeter, trying to get some open shots. They're struggling from the floor early on here as Schlafer gets it back up top, faking that three. Driving in was France and makes it in. That's Odin France, the other France for the Royals. And I'll do my best to differentiate those throughout the course of the night. Standing up strong there was Assumption, as now having to step back beyond the arc once more. Reimer got that one handed off, but then losing it. Schlafer with the steal. Got numbers in transition, pass it over for the points to Nystrom. Schlafer assists on that one as Nystrom gets on the board for the first time tonight. Nystrom, a senior, that just one of those players that can get going and heat up at any time. He nailed multiple three-point shots last night. He was a catalyst in a lot of the point swings that happened last night as well, as this one back in transition again, 4-2. There was another pass from Schlafer off the steal as Lieber got it going that time. Points being spread all across the board for Assumption early on, as they're up by 15 early. Only 6 minutes gone in the first half. Up top, the three-pointer is good. Drained there from Jake Williams. Jake Williams, another junior for Pacelli, one of their starters, as it's going to be another 30-second timeout, and we will take another quick step aside and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Maida Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Maida Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at maidacustom.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Rock and Roll Cafe is a great way to find a variety of breakfast options. They have breakfast, lunch, and Friday fish fry, and they provide service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. Assumption on a roll early on, up 12. Three-pointer was just nailed by Jake Williams. Again, Pacelli's going to have to find a way to get those outside shots. As that feed in gets knocked away, can't keep it in bounds, but another nice effort by Williams there. Only one foul so far for either team so far here this afternoon. One against Pacelli. Three-pointer is up, and it is good from Logan Nystrom. Just as I talk about his ability to get going and shoot beyond the arc, he does just that. He nailed two in a row to help facilitate the comeback that eventually got these Royals back into it. Nailed a big game-tying three with about 4 minutes left. Getting this one out, knocked away, stolen by Board there as Schlafer feeds back in for Nystrom, but he retreats back out now into the corner. He puts up the floater. That one rolls out, kind of a tough off-balance shot there that he couldn't quite get to go. Rebounded by Williams for Pacelli. Sully Schober in the game, by the way. He's a 5'11 junior for Pacelli. And now Reimer will work against Schlafer. Getting it back out to Flaker. Continue to look for some open opportunities along the perimeter. This one is rolling just out. That was a good look, but rattled around right around the rim. Assumption working with another 15-point lead. Schlafer fid that one in, and a foul is going to be called. Going to the line will be Peters. That'll be against Bryce Flaker in the second of the half for Pacelli. That one off the front of the rim. It's looking like Lieberg's going to come back in pretty soon here for Assumption. But they're going to make him wait until the second free throw. As that one bounces off, he'll have to wait for another stoppage as it is rebounded offensively, and then a foul is going to be called against Pacelli trying to get the ball back. Board with the rebound. And now comes Lieberg back in. Peters will take a break. Schlafer now at the baseline, under 10 to go in the first. All the way out to Schlafer. He puts up the three, and it will bounce off. Rebounded by Reimer, excuse me. Apologies if I said that wrong a couple times there early on. That one's fed in under the basket. Couldn't quite get it to Reimer that time, as it was taken away there by Nystrom. Now back in transition. It's going to be Lieberg with the two. Pacelli again trying to respond. Got only 2 3-pointers to show for themselves so far, and if they can continue to shoot well from beyond the arc, that's going to be kind of their key, but just been a struggle to prevent really the turnovers that have been killing them. Definitely want to make some more shots, but a lot of them haven't made it to the rim. Been a combination of Nystrom and Board and a couple others that have really jumped on this team defensively early on. As this one is up from mid-range, no good. Off the side of the rim that time. Schlafer got the rebound, and the defense there from Nelson is going to get Pacelli the ball back. Good hustle from him. 6-foot junior as Nelson came into the game a while ago. 8:50 to go in the first. Throw in from the baseline. Gets over to Schober. Nelson feeds it over to Rebholz. Williams now trying to drive in. Again, just can't get that touch on the ball. Just too low. And he'll hit the rim, no good. Quickly back the other way, and that is a foul called against Schlafer. Or excuse me, for Schlafer. He'll go to the line and shoot 2 against Pacelli. Looks like they might get Nelson on it, and they do. Be the 4th team foul of the game. And so coming in now is going to be Vogel once more, as well as Garski coming back in. It's going to be Schober and Reimer both taking breaks. Second shot is up, and that one will rattle in. Seven points on the game so far for Schlafer, as this one will bounce off. Battle for it was won by Pacelli as it went off of Lieberg. Vogel up top, quick pass over to Williams. Now back up top for a 3, Garski bouncing off. Another good effort that time by Vogel, but couldn't quite keep in bounds in time. So Assumption up to a 19-point lead 10 minutes into this game. Nystrom now into the corner. Lieberg fed it in nicely there to Schill, and it was lost out of bounds there. Feeding this one now into the corner. Three-pointer is up, and it's good. Driving in there, and then the attempt is going to be an and one. There is Schill. Redeeming himself for losing it out of bounds in that last possession. He'll go for the three-point play here. And so Siler Schill gets 3 points off the play. We've been talking about it a lot. As good as Schlafer and Nystrom are in terms of point scoring for this team, as this one is rebounded by Williams, and then it's going to go back Assumption's way. You see not just the top scorers making their mark for Assumption. There's a good amount of players throughout this lineup that are getting 2, 3, even 5 or 6 points on any given night. That those players make a huge difference, not just on the stat sheet, but overall, as that one was tipped and doesn't get close to the net. Rebounded by Nelson that time. Three-pointer is up, and it's drained there by Williams. Make that 9 on the night so far for Williams. He's responsible for 9 out of the 12 points for Pacelli. Nystrom tries to drive in, gets a wide open look, and then the travel is going to be called as Schill got a little too excited there. Shuffled his feet before moving forward with the ball. So it will be a throw in from the baseline here for Pacelli. Almost overthrown there, but mossed out of the air by Rebholz, and he will get it to go. Driving in. So it's been the combination of Williams and Rebholz for all 14 of the points so far for Pacelli. They're going to try and spread out a little more of their points as the half goes on, as the game goes on. Schlafer for 3, and he responds. He's got 10 points, double digits already this afternoon. Bryce Flaker coming back in for Pacelli, as it's Nelson taking a break. Into the corner, stolen away actually by Board. In transition, losing the ball before he could put up the layup. That was an easy 2, but just a little bit slippery there. And now Pacelli will work quickly. Another 3 put up, and that one bouncing off. Wide open is Schlafer. He goes up for the 2. All too easy for him. And that's what happens sometimes. You get aggressive on one end and just let a player slip by. Vogel up top, swung it around to Garski. And now Flaker will look for some options, handing it off to Vogel. Now into the corner. Assumption closing in on these outside shooters pretty well. That time, though, the shot gets off. It's no good, though, and out of bounds off of Pacelli. Another substitution as Lieberg will take a break. It's going to be Peters back into the game. Peters, another senior for this Assumption team. A lot of experience on this Royal team. Three-pointer is up and bouncing off there. Rebounded nicely by Vogel. So we're seeing kind of the antithesis of seniority versus kind of a young and hungry team, although Pacelli has a lot of juniors. Still a lot of experience and leadership there. Stolen away there by Nystrom. He works back with it. Trying to feed it, no look, and it ends up going back Pacelli's way, and then a foul called against Assumption in transition as Bryce Flaker got his hands on the ball. And that is going to be the first foul against Ron Board. And actually the first foul of the entire game for Assumption with only 4 left in the first. Handing this one off to Williams. And that one finds no one but France for Assumption, back the other way. And France gets his hands on it, ripped away though by Vogel. Been kind of a frantic couple of minutes both ways. Trying to drive in there. And again, forced out as a foul is going to be called. And so that's going to be against Schlafer for his first. Pacelli working their way out of the corner as Garcia now has it up top. Rebholz working there against Board. Gets double teamed, has to outlet it out to Vogel, who spins in. And then the floater's put up and bouncing in by Garski. Right now they're starting to spread the ball out a little more. Now 3 total Pacelli players have points on the board here tonight. This afternoon, I should say. Not used to these afternoon games yet. Getting that one out to Odin France. Quick movement along the perimeter. Schlafer fakes the 3. Puts that one up, rolling off. The putback also doesn't fall as it's rebounded by Vogel. Garski working quickly back for Pacelli. Finding Vogel now. Trying to get some space, and then we'll toss it. And a little bit of an unexpected cut as Flaker cut away from the ball, and it was thrown out of bounds. 2:28 to go here in the first on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. And coming back in here is Sully Schober. Got that one into Board. Leeberg, Assumption kind of taking their time a little more on this possession. We'll try and float this one up now to Board. Trying to feed it, got kind of lost in translation there, might have been tipped as Pacelli gets the ball back. Schober now drives in and somehow gets that angle. I don't know how he did. It felt like he put that shot up after he was already starting to go back down to the ground and got kind of a bounce off at that time as Schlafer trying to work off of a pick. Instead, he'll get it over to Board. Worked around to the other side of the court for Leeberg. Now around to Schlafer. Schlafer drives, and the foul's going to be called against Pacelli. It might be Vogel that time. And it is against Vogel. It'll be his second of the game. 6 total fouls for Pacelli now, so they're 1 away from 1-and-1s for Assumption. Leeberg handing it off to Nystrom. 1:30 to go here in the first half. Handed off to Schlafer now, double teamed along the perimeter. Works out of it. Gets a wide open look now for Leeberg. Rolls off, but rebounded again. France couldn't get it to go either. Schober this time will wait for his teammates to head back. Shoved over to Flaker now into the corner. Tossed out to Vogel now, around to Flaker. Flaker tried to make a cut that time, but didn't get any real estate as now Rebholz got it back out for a 3 for Garski. That one bouncing off. Now 40 seconds to go in the half. Leeberg, the toss out 3 for Trey France, bouncing off. Both teams a little cold the last couple minutes of the half. We'll see if Pacelli tries to hold or not. Redholt's now up top. 10 seconds left in the half. Around to Flaker now. 5 seconds left. Losing the ball, Assumption gets the ball back, and Schlafer puts up a quarterback throw that actually gets closer than you'd think. Hitting against the backboard, but no good, as it's a 33 to 18 point lead for Assumption. Going into the half, dominance offensively for him and forcing a lot of turnovers. And so this Pacelli team trying to work from behind with a 15-point deficit as we head into a 10-minute halftime break, and we'll talk about what these teams need to do to try and get the victory here and preview the game we have coming up after the break here on Zaleski Sports.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Ruth Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
We're going to tell all of our viewers about Mitten's Rusted and Busted trade-in sale, which reminds me of a funny story.
Folks, Tim's saying that Mittens is paying its customers to get rid of their old furniture and buy new.
This January's Rusted and Busted promotion is so huge. Do you think we could make it any bigger?
I don't think so, Tim.
Hey, do you think Jill will let me buy a brand new Lazy Boy power recliner, or should I build one myself?
Well, Tim, the stars are telling me that buying one from Mittens would be a safer decision.
For the best food in town, look no further than Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. This locally owned, 50s-themed diner loves to support their community while providing a full menu of breakfast and lunch options, along with all-day breakfasts and Friday fish fry. Enjoy a fun, family atmosphere with delicious meals made from scratch, including skillets and tasty burgers. Dine in or take out is welcome, Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Treat yourself to a mouth-watering experience at the Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
We welcome you back to Zaleski Sports for a halftime show. Connor Phillip, you with you from Pacelli High School as it's the boys' game in this early slate. Pacelli and Assumption. And right now, a 33 to 18 lead for Pacelli, or excuse me, for Assumption, as we head into halftime. About 7 minutes until players get back out here for second half action. But for Assumption, really the biggest key to this game has been turnover so far. They have really been able to jump on this Pacelli team offensively. They've been able to really take away that area underneath the basket for Pacelli. Every shot that Pacelli has taken so far has been either a three-point shot from pretty long range, or it's been an off-balance shot, or a shot from just a little bit further away than they would like. And it's prompted a lot of forcing too much on that end of the floor, and so Pacelli's given up a lot of turnovers, a lot of transition points, and on top of that, it feels like Assumption has been able to work out of the pressure on their offensive side a lot easier. They've been able to find the open guy. They've been getting more shots in from longer range. And on top of that, they just have had a lot of second chance opportunities, offensive rebounds, and getting the ball back in transition. And so this Assumption team is really rolling in all of those aspects. Pacelli's going to come back into this one. It's going to be because they force some turnovers of their own, limit those mistakes, and on top of that, they just need to find some way, whether it's creative play calling, whether it's misdirection, whatever it is, tightening up those fundamentals will be part of it, but they need to find a way to get in the paint. Either that or they just need to start nailing some threes, as We saw him multiple times in the first half. Jake Williams with 3 3-pointers so far. He got on kind of a roll early on. If he can just continue to pop some threes and the defense can do their job, that would kind of be the route to a potential comeback in this one. But take a look also at some of the games going on and give you a preview of the ones coming up, as one of the games that just recently ended was Athens going up against Owen Withy, as Athens was able to get the victory in double overtime, 61-53, and a really good way to start off the afternoon of action. That one ended not that long ago. As for the other games going on, the only one right now that's happening is Rhinelander going up against Marshfield, as that one is just starting. And the Zambonis on for the post warm-up operations there, and so that one will be starting in just a little bit on Zaleski Sports. And some of the other games that we have going on here this afternoon, we've got Wisconsin Lutheran at Brookfield Central. That one's scheduled for 4 p.m. We have the Watoma at Wapaka game going on. 5:30 is when that's scheduled for. Columbus Catholic at Spencer for boys basketball action. That's a 6 o'clock one. And then the Watoma at Wapaka boys side of that doubleheader is going to be happening either at 7 o'clock or whenever that first game ends. Since the 5:30 start is happening at Wapaka, I wouldn't expect that one to start at 7, but you never do know. And so that's all the games going on. On top of that, we have the second game of the doubleheader here, which should be a good one. Assumption, again, going up against Pacelli on the girls' side. That's going to be a fantastic matchup between the teams that are ranked 3 and 5 within their division in the bound rankings. And so that is one you don't want to miss. So make sure you tune into that one. That'll be about 15 minutes to a half hour, depending on what all happens after the conclusion of this game. And so about 3 minutes left of warm-ups. We're going to send things to just a few more commercial messages. And in just a few moments, you'll see the conclusion to this game here from Pacelli High School. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Ooh. Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
At Nicolet Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011, earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicoletbank.com. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you for the start of the second half here from Pacelli High School. Again, 33-18 in favor of the visiting Assumption Royals. They're sitting at 6-6 on the season, so hopefully or for hoping, I should say, to get over the 500 mark. As we take one more look here at both standings, Marewood South for Assumption, they are in second place, and they are chasing down the undefeated Marathon team. So that's going to be difficult to chase them down, but they're certainly hoping to gain some traction on them at the very least. But they're sitting at 4-4 within the conference, tied in a three-way tie with overall conference record, and then again sitting at 6-6 overall. Pacelli leading their conference, but every team at or below 500 within that conference overall. They are undefeated, though, within that conference, as Pacelli on offense to start off the game, or off the second half, as it's rebounded on a missed shot there by Schlafer. Now into the corner, Nystrom gets it to go. Logan Nystrom now with 8 points on the day. And like it is very often, it's a combination of him and Schlafer so far here this afternoon, putting up that two, and it's good from Flaker. Assumption playing a very fundamentally sound game in the first half. Only 2 total fouls against them and not giving up a whole lot of turnovers of their own, as this one is in. 4-2 off of a nice feed. Trey France got it to go. He's got 4 now on the afternoon. Up top here to Vogel, and now swung around. Rebholz. It's going to be an offensive foul called here against Pacelli. Looks like they're going to get it against Vogel. So that'll now be his third of the game. Trey France got it over to Schlafer that time, up top here for the Royals. Assumption's got a lot of success so far driving in because they're able to get a lot of leverage under the basket, but on top of that, they also have been able to force a lot of these Pacelli players to play in on those situations, and they've got a lot of uncontested shots from beyond the arc and deeper from the floor because of it as well. So tough task for Pacelli to try and defend all the players that Assumption's got, because so many of them can do different things. Pacelli back on offensive after a good defensive stand that time, but it's stolen away again by Schlafer. Schlafer with a nice feed in, and it's good. That time from Lieberg. See more of those transition points that have been huge for Assumption so far in this game. Three-pointer from the top of the key, that one bouncing off, rebounded by Nystrom. From the corner, that one rolling out as it's rebounded by Reimer. Rebholz feeding that one in under the basket, and are they going to count that shot? They will. So it will be an and one opportunity for Reimer there. That's going to be Trey France there for his first. And that shot's going to go, so three-point play for Reimer. Three minutes now in to the second half on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. 17-point lead still for Assumption as Schlafer drives in, can't get that roll. Fed back out on the rebound, and it's drained. Looks like it was Lieberg again. Putting up that shot, bouncing off. It's eventually rebounded there by Lieberg. Feeding that one over to Nystrom. Nystrom with the three, and it is drained. And thank you to the assist there from my producer to my right. It was actually Nystrom that hit the last 3 as well. So he is on a roll with 2 in a row. My apologies, thought it was Lieberg. But that brings Nystrom up to 14 on the night as that one's now put in on the other side by Pacelli. Lieberg gets it over to Trey France there. Nystrom now puts up the 3. That one bouncing off. It's rebounded by Reimer. Up top now for a 3. Garski bouncing off. Tried to get his own rebound. Good hustle, but it didn't quite connect there as Nystrom with a nice feed and beautiful reverse layup. Trey France got it to go that time. But these Assumption players are just on another level in terms of, that one will go out of bounds off of Assumption, Pacelli ball, but Assumption just with so much chemistry together, you can see they just know exactly where everyone's going to be on the court at all times. And you see a lot of these nice feeds. These players know each other very well, and it will be a full timeout. We'll take a quick break and be back here in just a few moments on Zaleski Sports.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
it's easy.
Come to R&R Flooring and Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports, a throw-in upcoming. Today's game brought to you by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers Jewelry, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. Driving in here and rolling in, bouncing in I should say, is good off of Rebholz. Up top. Stolen away there by Pacelli, and the lay-in is good off of Jake Williams. He's been their top point scorer so far here this afternoon. He's got 11 total, 3 3-pointers, and transition points there. Schlafer getting it out, 3-pointer is up, rolling off. Rebounded there by Williams. 12.5 to go in the game as the second chance opportunity also bounces out. And Schlafer once again with it. That one poked away from him. Nice defense by Williams, and a foul is going to then be called against Schlafer as Reimer had the ball in his hands. Second of the game for Schlafer. Only the second of the half as well for Assumption. 3 total fouls so far in this second half. We've seen so far, this has been a 45-minute game. Tossing this one up top. Swung around and now over to Williams. Williams tossing it out to Rebholz. Now around to Nelson. 3-pointer up for Flaker, doesn't go. Rebounded quickly back by Nystrom. Nystrom with the crossover, puts up the long 2. It bounces off, rebounded by Rebholz. Flaker working here against Peters. Can't get that one off of kind of a double team at the basket. Dribbling away from pressure, getting it to Schlafer. And he finds its way in for two. And again, it's just so difficult for these Pacelli Cardinals because got so many perimeter shooters where you don't want to give too much attention there underneath the basket, but then you create those situations where Schlafer can kind of just go uncontested to the rim. Underneath the basket, that one bouncing off. Schlafer with 14 points on the day so far as a three-pointer is up and off the rim, off of Nystrom. Back the other way for Pacelli, and a foul is going to be called against Schlafer. That'll make it his second, or third I should say, and we trip to the line. Third of the half as well for Assumption. Got multiple Assumption players waiting to come in. First free throw is good. It's going to be board Cullen Thomas and Siler Schill, coming in. Cullen Thomas, a sophomore, 5'7" for Assumption. Off the front of the rim, rebounded though by Pacelli. Nicely done by Vogel. Flaker now around to Williams. Pacelli trying to pass it as quickly as possible, just get some space, and it's going to result in a travel. And it's just kind of what this Assumption defense has been doing throughout the course of the afternoon. They've been able to just get in Pacelli's head a little bit, force them to just either force passes, just go a little too quickly with it. Just they have played exactly the game that Assumption wants them to play on offense. As a three-pointer is now up and nothing but net for Nystrom. Simplicity CU brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, your business, or your home. Check them out at simplicity.coop today. Going to be a foul called on the drive. Looks like they're going to get France on that one. Or excuse me, it's going to be 20, not number 2, Cullen Thomas. Trying to drive in here, put up a tough shot that doesn't go. Tough angle to try and get that one in off the backboard. As Nystrom will swing it around, see if Assumption starts to take their time a little more with their possessions as the game gets closer to an end, as Schill will get it to go. 5 points on the afternoon for him so far. Hand it off there to Jake Williams. Williams feeds it. Nelson got it in as that one is knocked away by Odin France. Fed in, that one is going to be knocked away and out of bounds. And Nystrom will look to throw this one in. Three-point shot up for Nystrom, and it's nothing but net. He is on a tear tonight. 20 points now for Nystrom this afternoon. Three-pointer is up for Pacelli, and it's good from Jake Williams. That's going to be 14 for him today. Nystrom will take it down. Around to Odin France here. Now back up top. Schill got it to Nystrom again. Assumption kind of just playing some keep away here early on in this possession. As it will go out of bounds. They're going to call it Pacelli's ball. Find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. Here's Jake Williams getting it off to Nelson. Losing the ball for a second before Nelson gets it over to Vogel. Vogel was able to get it out to Williams now for the three off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Trey France. Nystrom can't get the layup off the Euro step, and it's going to be rebounded by Williams. Now into the corner, under the basket, puts up the floater, doesn't go. Another contested shot forced by Assumption. Trey France losing the ball, and it's going to be a foul called. Pacelli for a second thought they were going to get a jailbreak on the steal, but it was poked away with a little too much contact. As coming in is going to be Schlafer, as well as Lieberg back in, as Odin France and Schill will come off, and also Peters shifting with Cullen Thomas, who put up a good shift there. Schlafer working, now fed it into Peters. Can't get anything under the basket, so the shot is off the front of the rim, out of bounds, and it is going to be off Assumption here. Under 7 minutes to go here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Stolen away here by Assumption. Back the other way is going to be Peters. Fed back in and then retreating back out to Nystrom. Royals taking their time. That one swatted away nicely by Bryce Flaker. Three-pointer from the top of the key, off the front of the rim. As Schlafer quickly back, fed it in. The foul is going to be called. Looks like it's going to be Max Nelson there. That'll be his second of the afternoon. Buy three and get one free is now on sale at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. That is buy 3 tires and get one free. Find your local Sherrill Tire location or find it at SherrillTire.com. Second free throw upcoming here for Lieberg. And that one off the front of the rim. Battle eventually won by Nelson. Bryce Flaker getting it back out to Nelson. Around to Reimer. And now shot up, rolling just off from Westrick. Westrick, a freshman for Pacelli in the game. He's been in for a couple minutes now, hoping to get his first points. Peters now into the corner. 3 is up. Lieberg can't get it to fall. And the and one for Schlafer. Couple Pacelli players coming back in. It's going to be Garski and Revolts, as Nelson and Vogel take a break. And on the Assumption side, it is going to be Schill coming in. One shot upcoming here for Schliefer. Can't get it to go, but still got the 2 there. As Pacelli starts back with it, Schliefer has 16 points on the afternoon. Three-pointer is up, and it is good for Jaden Garski. Couple more subs coming in for Assumption here. Cullen Thomas is going to be coming back in. Keegan Kavanaugh is going to get into action. He's a freshman, 5'9" for Assumption. Great to see him get some action here with 5 minutes remaining here in the game. And the hook shot is going to be a travel call there. Hey, Wisconsin roads are really rough on vehicles with salt, slush, and grime. They do some serious damage, so protect your ride with a Tommy's Express Car Wash membership. You've got unlimited washes with free vacuums, free automatic mat washers, and all-year shine. One membership with all locations: Eau Claire, Plover, Stevens Point, Wausau, and Weston. Putting up this shot from mid-range, doesn't go. Rebounded there by Peters. That one smacked away by Pacelli. Still possession with the Royals, as here is Kavanaugh feeding it back over to Peters. Schill works with it, puts up the shot. That one doesn't go. Highly contested. And so it's going to be Reimer. And now a three-pointer is up, bouncing off from the young freshman, Westrick. Garski now around to Flaker, and he is going to get fouled. 2 shots upcoming. Infinity Exteriors is installing peace of mind with roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, we guarantee quality you can trust. Substitution coming here for the Royals. It's going to be Jeremy Arias. He is a senior for Assumption. He will replace Braden Peters. As this one bouncing off, battle for it. It's going to be a jump ball called. Going to go back Pacelli's way. Nicollet Bank offers personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. You can learn more at nicolletbank.com. That one bouncing around multiple different players. And it's just going to be a free-throw in here for the Cardinals. And it's like a timeout is going to be called by Pacelli, it looks like. And so it'll be a full timeout. We'll take a break with them and be back here in a few moments on Zaleski Sports.
Excuse me, is this carpet stain resistant?
No, doesn't seem like it is. Sorry.
For advice from real flooring experts and huge savings on stain-resistant flooring, visit Carpet One. Carpet One Floor and Home. Right now at your local Carpet One, you can get help from our flooring experts while saving big and enjoying special financing on beautiful floors for your home. Come see us today.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Throwing up coming from the baseline here for Pacelli. 3:46 remaining in the second half as Assumption's well on their way to a victory. As this one is up, bouncing off. And stepping out of bounds at the last second was Colin Thomas there. As Assumption has been fighting the last few weeks to try and get above 500 on the season, and a win here would do that and have them improve to 7-6. Trying to get the over and back, or avoid the over and back. They do somehow do that as it was touched by Assumption. And that one is good for the and one for Nolan Reimer. Going to be against Odin France for his first of the game. And it's going to be the 6th for the half for Assumption. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture. They have sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. That was Odin France with the 2. And Assumption offensively has been rolling all game long, getting a lot of transition points as well from their defense. They have kept Pacelli just uncomfortable this entire game. Multiple subs coming in here for the Royals. As we are going to have a number 4 who I unfortunately don't have listed here on my roster, or number 5 for that matter. So apologies that I don't know who those two are. Reed Sauter is in though. That's number 30 for the Assumption Royals. And so Arias getting it around to that number 4 as that one is swatted away. And unfortunately, I don't see it on the bound roster either, so apologies for that. If it had been earlier on in the game, I would have been able to go down and check, but with only 2.5 remaining. As driving in here is Arias, and now faking the shot against the leg of a Pacelli player back the other way, as Garski feeds it over for a long 2, and it is good from Schobert. Back around here, faking that 3 is Arias, and he will fall under pressure, will lose that ball. It's going to be tipped, so no over and back. As Kavanaugh now heads back. Arias puts up the 3, that one bouncing just off, and that Assumption bench was ready to get excited about that one. 1:30 remaining, another long 2, that one bouncing off. Sauter drives, puts it out, and the travel is going to be called. And so coming in there was Avon Bambanek for Pacelli. He will drive and put up the shot. That one bouncing off. Gets the rebound though. And then put back. There is Jake Meyer, who also came off the bench. He's a sophomore, 6'4" for Pacelli. Last minute of play here. Assumption's going to improve to 7-6 on the season, as this is going to go back Pacelli's way on offensive foul. As for the Assumption boys, they're going to be playing a home game against Athens on the 23rd, as that one is up and good. This one is no good, but rebounded by Assumption. Into the corner to number 4. And that one again doesn't quite fall, rebounded by Bambanik. For Pacelli, they're going to be playing Shockton on Monday. Is this one bouncing off the back of the rim? That is going to do it here from Pacelli for the first game of this doubleheader. Coming up next, the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield Curtis or NasonvilleDairy.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy.
All right, well, welcome back here to Pacelli High School. I'm here with Coach Josh Pultz. Congratulations on the victory here for Assumption, improving above 500 for the season. I want to just kind of quickly ask you, as we have a quick turnaround here, which first of all I want to mention Logan Nystrom would have been the player to be interviewed, an amazing performance for him. We wanted to move quickly to get you to the next game. But I want to ask you about the turnovers, because that was one of the big reasons why you were able to get ahead so quickly in this game. This Pacelli team was very uncomfortable. They were forcing things a lot throughout the course of this one. What was it about the way your defense played that made it so difficult for them today?
Yeah, that was the game plan, to play physical without fouling. A lot of ball pressure. We weren't necessarily trying to steal the ball from the guy that we're guarding. We're pushing or hoping to make sure that he throws a bad pass and we can steal that one. But yeah, a team like this, we just wanted a lot of ball pressure tonight and without fouling.
Thank you very much, Coach, and good luck the rest of the way. Thank you.